Hello survivors! Welcome to another video. In today's video we are in Nordic Ashes and we are playing the brand new update. We got a new character as well as some new skins. The character is a homage to Vampire Survivors, so we're going to dive straight into it, but let me show you first the new character skin. It is with Amaranth. To unlock it you do just need to beat Midgard on a hard or higher during Halloween, so it is a limited time skin to get, but once you've unlocked it you have it all the time. So this is the brand new character. To unlock the character you do have to find the vampire coffins, just like in Vampire Survivors. To unlock a new character you need to find the coffins, so that's what the game's done. It is a homage to Vampire Survivors, a tribute to them, so it's really cool that they use aspects of the game in their game. Really fun to see that they honor another game in this way, so really cool. You need to find the different coffins in different maps. It starts off being in Alfheim. It tells you on the third wave you'll see the coffin, then the first wave, second wave, third wave sort of thing, or fourth wave, and then finally it tells you after going through all of them up to Vanaheim, it finally tells you to go to Midgard. But it doesn't tell you every single time. You do have to go out. Once you've opened the coffin you can end the run and then go back out, and you'll see at the bottom where it says his name, it says the unlock requirement for the next coffin. So you got to open 5 of them and then you've got him unlocked. So we're going to start off with his what is it, Vademecum of Vampires. It is the homage to what is the name I'm looking for, to the Bible in Vampire Survivors, so it works the exact same way. You'll see now we've got the books floating around us, and the same just like in Vampire Survivors, the books do have a duration and a cooldown, and I completely forgot to go through what his passive is. But his passive is, as you can see, you lose life, but what happens is he has a small chance of retaining that life or gaining life from enemies killed. So he is very difficult to use in the regard of, if you get hit you're gonna die, especially in those late game harder difficulties like Nightmare or Ragnarok. I have not done them yet on him, but he does have some very strong skills. So we're gonna start off with this. The stats you want to look for when you are playing with this book is going to be damage, projectiles and projectile speed. I don't believe you need to look for anything more duration or cooldown spec wise. As long as your cooldown is lower than the duration you'll be fine, because of the very first ascension, which breaks the limitations of the cooldown and the duration of the books. But I'll explain that now once we are able to ascend the weapon. But we definitely don't want not having damage as a stat. Alright, so you can see now as you get more projectiles, as you get more damage, they do become very good. And you can see that the speed also makes it so that they work very well. Alright, so we do have some curses on our map over here in Niflheim. It was something that was actually changed by the developers because of me. I believe it was because of me, because in my last video I mentioned how refreshing and nice it would be to be able to have a whole bunch of curses on all of the maps. And then they decided, well, because we're in an ice map, they would add a blizzard curse, so every so often you do get that blizzard, and what happens is it's going to freeze you. In order to break free of the freeze you do have to spam your buttons to just try and, as if you were moving, and it kind of breaks you free of that ice. And just be wary of that, because if you do not do anything about being frozen, your skills do not activate. So very scary over there if you're not careful. Alright, so there's 2 ascensions to it. The first one removes the cooldown restraint. Books can now overlap, which is the one we're going to be going for. And then I would like to show you some of the other ascensions, like maybe on the daggers or the energy rod. I think the energy rod's a really nice one to go with. But in his actual constellation, which is what we're in, we get his ultimate, which is an energy outburst. What it does is creates a huge energy outburst that consumes all of your red hearts except for one, and then it deals more damage based on how many hearts you consume. So, you know, based on that information, if you want to run his ultimate, you do need to get as many of the health relics as possible so that you can get huge amounts of multiplier on that. And then it also gives you the passive, a double to his actual passive. So instead of 5%, you'll go up to 10% chance of creating essence that will return some health to you. So my advice is to just get that in the beginning, just one stage, just so you do have a much higher chance of getting more health back over there. And then the bats are very, very strong as well, so we will run some of the bats. I think we will ascend it. You do want, again, to look at a cooldown, some damage, and then the summons amount. The duration does go up with the ascension as well, so you don't necessarily have to worry about getting too much duration on them, but having some duration is, of course, going to be very, very good. So now you can see we've got our books ascended, and it looks just like the Vesper in Vampire Survivors. So it's just really, really cool that the developers did this, and it's really, really nice that they have changed the character, well, not changed the character, that they've added curses to the map as well. So really, really, really fun seeing developers do things like that for the community. Especially when people say, you know, could you guys maybe add this or add that, and they listen and they add it. As long as it has to do with the game and it's not like something that's impossibly hard to do, the developers are always welcoming and always happy to do or add things to the game, which will add content and even difficulty to it. So really, really cool of them. I'll show you what his ultimate does. If you push R, okay, usually it didn't do the whole, they did have to update it because it seemed like it wasn't doing damage. So now it does the whole ulti effect that all of them normally do, where it makes you invulnerable for a second or two, and then it spawns the ultimate. We don't really want blue hearts, but we're happy to get the 30% increased damage over there with that relic. But again, we want to try and get as many HP red heart relics as possible. We did get frozen there. You can unfreeze again by spanning ASD or spanning your arrow buttons or even your mouse, but it just works a lot faster if it's your WASD that you're spanning to get free of that ice hold when you're frozen. Alright, one of the relics you actually unlock by, you know, continuously getting frozen. I believe it was get frozen 10 times in one of your runs, and that's going to make it so that you unlock one of the ice relics. I think it's actually the ice potion that you unlock, or you might be able to unlock by getting frozen. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. We got the stick that just gives us attack speed. I'm not 100% sure everything that gets unlocked using specific things. I mean, I don't know if like how attack speed functions on a lot of the relics just yet, but before we do our whole Ragnarok runs on the new character, we are going to look at what's the best way to build him, the most efficient way, so that we could do like a single weapon Ragnarok run, or we can do just a really hard Ragnarok run. What's the best tree if you don't have everything unlocked? Like myself, I've only got 50 leaves left, and then I have absolutely everything, every single seed unlocked that you can gain, you know, seed to leaf conversion. But there are a lot of leaves I still don't have because of completing specific maps and killing so many enemies, like in this map, Niflheim. I don't have all of the enemy kills and things like that, but it all comes with time. So I just enjoy playing the game, and things happen faster that way as well. Don't forget about that. We have a lot of levels though, so let's go and put them in that. We do want a lot of summons, we want damage, so damage and summons will be good. Let's see if we can get something going over there for both of them. Not cooldown, come on, land on summons. There we go, perfect. And then we can ascend this to the partner calling as well. So now we have that. I actually have one more ascension as well, which is really cool. He does get these over here, so when you heal red hearts, you have a chance of improving random stat for 7.5 seconds. Stats can be stacked. It lasts for 7.5 seconds, so you do want to try and get yourself a lot of duration on him, and that's going to allow this to run quite high. It sounds like it's a very good thing for Endless. We've also got this over here, which we're going to go and grab, which is the Thorn Rose. You can pick between the Thorn Rose or Lavender Essence. Lavender Essence puts a damaging pool below you every time you heal, or lose a heart, sorry. And this over here deals or throws out projectiles, which deals damage every time you lose a heart. So a very, very interesting little aspect. And then you can either bleed enemies or fear them. I like to fear enemies, so we're going to go with that one over there. But you'll see every so often, those are the thorn projectiles that spawn out. So every time we take damage, because of our own passive, they shoot out and deal damage to enemies. So very, very cool. It's like free damage for absolutely nothing. And even when you use your ultimate, even more of them spawn because you're losing more hearts. So you definitely, for your thorns and your ultimate and the what's the word that I'm looking for, the way that they work together, it just works really, really well with the heart relics, and grabbing as many of them as possible. But we keep picking up HP, which we don't, I mean, you do want, but you don't really want. But at the same time, you do want to try and get hurt, because that's going to keep spawning those thorns, as well as, you heal it all up anyway. You don't need potions and things like that. But every time there's a potion on the floor, you're going to grab it regardless, because it's a potion. You just don't want the blue hearts. Oh, I know what we can do. Where was the... I'm gonna have to get hurt on purpose. What's really nice is because all of these skills are duration based, you can see that they're still active, but because we're frozen now, all of the skills stop spawning, and then as soon as we unfreeze, everything respawns again. But what I do want to do is actually get rid of all of these blue hearts that are on my character. We do not want the blue hearts, so we are going to, hurt ourselves to get rid of them. We just want red hearts, and we're going to get all the red heart container upgrades or relics as soon as possible. And there we go, that's going to help us. And we've actually got some XP over there. We've also got some other elites over here. That's fantastic. We just walk up to them and the books completely annihilate them. And we've got 18 skill points again. So grab that over there. We're going to go with this one over here, just the random stats. That's going to work fantastically. And let's show you what Energy Rod does over here. So Energy Rod, the most you want is just damage and projectiles. You want as many projectiles as possible. It is an extremely strong skill. You can't really see it very well with all the other skills, but every so often just look carefully. You see the purple like energy coming towards you. That is the energy staff doing it. So all those purple like streaks that you see coming towards your character is the energy staff dealing damage, and it really deals a whack ton of damage. And as you can see, it's like a continuous damage on the bosses as well. So as long as you're standing close enough to the bosses, you're also going to do this continuous damage to them. So empty heart containers, that's fantastic, that's perfectly fine. We are going to get more hearts throughout the match. We're going to grab that. We don't want any red hearts over there. There's even more, I mean not red hearts, blue hearts. There's even more hearts, so that's beautiful. Keep going, maybe, oh, yes, I will definitely take that. That is so good. Oh, what a good video, ladies and gentlemen. We get absolutely everything today. We get to run fear, bleeding, the pools of everything, and every single weapon as well. So we actually have enough to ascend every single weapon that we have at least once, and we get to see everything ascended with we get to see every single weapon in one run. So that's really cool. I didn't expect that to happen. I guess I could have known, if we did a run and landed up getting Connect, we could have shown you every single weapon, and that's exactly what's happening. And then we landed up getting quite a decent amount of life back as well, which is fantastic. We don't need the coin. We need the XP. Some enemies from Svartalfheim in this raid thing. And then we're going to go and grab more damage. Our damage is very low on a lot of the relics, but that is based off of, you know, they deal so much damage continuously that the actual base damage of the relics isn't very high. But you can also see all the purple on the floor. That's the lavender pools that we leave behind every time we take damage and things like that. So we've got that happening on us as well. We've got this dude over there that's just not dying, and we can actually chill here and get this. We will sell this relic. I don't really like the electric rune, so we don't need it. But you know, we in the area and we need to kill things to unlock it, so we might as well kind of remove it from the game for ourselves using Olga's Blessing. Alright. The more projectiles you get for the book, the wider it gets as well. So you do want to try and get more projectiles if possible. Let's see if we get a projectile. We didn't get the projectile upgrade there. I should have got rid of this as soon as possible. Silly me. We don't need that much damage from it. We're going to take the explosive dance, and now we're going to go and start upgrading the moon fangs so that you can see what that looks like now as well. So you can see all of the teeth coming down on the enemies, and unless you get the first ascension of the moon fang, those teeth will only hit the first enemy that they are attacking. Whereas when you get the ascension, as long as they are grouped up and the animation hits the enemy, it will hit all of them. But you can also see enemies exploding, which is because of the energy staff ascension as well. So this is a really cool run. We get to show you absolutely everything in his constellation, while also showing you how gorgeous Nilfgaard is, the blessings, not the blessings, the curses that we get on the map, and just all the awesomeness that comes with it. So this over here is a red and a blue heart container. We'll pick it up because it is a red heart container. The blue hearts you can lose just by getting hurt, so we're not really worried about the blue hearts, but the red hearts are our main priority. Just use the fire potion over there, and we are in a beautiful spot over here. It's just very unfortunate that we need to use a lot of skill points to unlock a lot of the juicy stuff over here, like our gold. What's that, 20 gold, 25 gold? We need to get 2 more levels going over there to unlock that. Also, we have way too many blue hearts. We do need to get more red heart containers. However, in saying that, when you do get an item, let's say you did have full blue hearts or something, you know, to that effect, you can use the red heart relics or whatever the case may be, and they will overthrow the blue hearts. So as long as you pick up the relic, and even if you have 14 hearts, the red hearts are prioritized over blue hearts. So the red heart will replace a blue heart in the game. So you do need to be careful of that, especially if you do grab something like the crystal heart, which turns all your red hearts into blue hearts, and then you got the same relic I do that increases your damage based on how many blue hearts you have. So they kind of work together, and you wouldn't want to get rid of your blue hearts then. You need to kind of keep them with you, so you don't want to grab more of those relics either. But that's a whole different build story for a whole another day. Okie dokie. Oops, we went and healed there. We are getting so much gold, which is fantastic. The wave is nearly over. It does feel like it went a lot quicker than it usually does. We will reset the shop quite a bit. I forgot that we actually had the 250 gold on Blad as well, because we did reset his tree. We actually forgot to set his Yggdrasil tree to the correct one. I do have it so that we don't earn all of the blue hearts when we get potions and things like that. So he doesn't use the healing tree that much. I think he goes to 1 extra blue heart or whatever, just so he can go to get some of the invulnerability when he takes damage and stats like that. But we don't take the blue hearts and things like that in the skill tree because he doesn't use blue hearts and they're actually bad for his building. So, you know, I'm on the wrong skill tree over here. Accidentally, but it's okay. Alright, we have a lot of, you know, skill points, so we're just going to throw them into the dagger. The dagger over here, we're going to go with the great bart, so it hits enemies in the same area, and then we can go and start spamming points into everything over here. I did completely forget about our ultimate as well, so it will be nice to go and grab that. And you can actually see we've got quite a decent amount of area of effect. You could see that the books themselves became thicker. It doesn't increase the area around your character, but it does increase the area of effect of the actual books. So that is very important to know, because you don't want to, you know, get area thinking, oh, if I grab area of effect, that's going to help me become, you know, increase the area of the actual books. No, you need more projectile count for that. We've got the bat staff over here. We might as well grab it. You can see all the bats, they turn into projectiles and they go around you. Kind of like how Nothara Helga's bird works. Works in a very similar way over there. So we're going to add 2 heart containers. If you didn't see over there, it did get rid of 2 of our hearts. So that is why we do it. That is beautiful. We want even more hearts. We're going to grab the exploding pumpkins so you get a chance to see that as well. And what else can we get? The ice balls. That's perfect. And we do want more. Oh wow, we're getting like everything that's new to the to Christmas. We're getting everything that's new to our you know, the update. So that's really fantastic over there. We don't have any green hearts, so Amaranth is quite a bad match for Blad. You don't really get anything that is pertaining to your green hearts, which is unfortunate. No other health over there for us. Maybe there's something in the new shrines coming up. So we do get one more ascension. We're going to ascend our book the second time so you can see what the sheets look like. And then we can go and put points into our ultimate and start finishing off the rest of the skill tree. So now you can see the books start to shoot out pages that deal damage. It's just really a lot of extra damage. Not necessary, the books deal a whack ton of damage regardless. What I would say that you do need though is a lot of projectiles so that the books aren't so close to you. Although in saying that, them being very close to you does make them deal quite a lot more. It makes them feel a lot safer, as when they're further away from you, the enemies can get closer to you. Just via being, like, if you move too much or you don't kill them with the book, then they seep through, and you're then looking at trying to survive the enemy that's really close to you, especially in the beginning, or if you're trying to use something silly like missing with the book. You want to try and get that something else besides the book, just to kill things that make it through the book as well. So very strong solo weapon, but very dangerous to use if you're not concentrating, and like instances like this where I actually can't see my feet. Getting this lavender thing is quite a problem. We can't see what's happening around us. But as long as we keep killing things, we'll still heal. You can see our life keeps going up and down and up and down. You can see all of the thorns keep going off. Quite a lot of damage coming from the character because he is continuously hurting, healing, losing health, healing. Every time we heal we get a random stat, so you can see our stats are continuously changing on the left hand side over there. Quite funny to see, like you're playing piano with your stats over there. You can see we're gaining stats, we're losing stats. It's really cool to see that actually happening. So really fun to play with that crystal that broke the heart relic of his in his skill tree, and it's really just fun to see stats moving the way that they do. Alright, we nearly finished this raid shrine, and that was the lot. I didn't see a boss spawn during it. I don't know, was I not concentrating? Why didn't the boss spawn during this raid shrine? Or is the other raid shrine maybe bugged and I just didn't see it? It could be that the other one was bugged. Because we're already on wave 4. I don't remember doing the other raid shrine. I'm very confused. Not the end of the world, but I just don't remember seeing the boss spawn. There was supposed to be a boss in this raid shrine. But anyway. Let's just keep going. Alright, we're going to be careful with the freezing. Luckily we do have quite a lot of relics. So when we freeze, we kill everything around us anyway. So very, very strong character with regards to this map and us freezing as well. A very, very enjoyable character as well. I think we spent a little bit too much time in the map though. So we've taken quite a bit of time for the actual round, where I think we could land up going a lot faster and oops. I think we spent a lot of time in his constellation, but we do need to do that because we do need to explain everything to all of you. So it makes a lot of sense to take our time, make it a little bit of a longer video. I mean, I could have spent 10 minutes in the beginning of the video just speaking about the character and all of his weapons and things like that, but I decided it would be better to just do it in the video while we show you. Right, doesn't matter if we get hurt, he does have that juicy healing, and you can see we do bleed enemies quite a lot and fear them quite a lot, which is fantastic. Oh, I got like a frog stuck in my throat, so every now and then I have to cough. It's very unpleasant. Alright, Mother Jord, let's go. Alright, first phase done. We now just got to sit over here. We're just going to walk side to side. That's the best way to deal with her. You just take the furthest corner away from her and then you just sit there going side to side. As soon as those sparks spawn, that means that the phase has ended and you can move on to the next phase. And then as you can see, we went and killed her quite quickly. So we just got to move to the end of the map. And we've also got the blizzard that we need to watch out for. Not really too difficult. I think if we did land up adding a Ragnarok difficulty to this, it could be quite difficult. But there we go. 8 more leaves for nothing. And all of these are based off of the amount of damage they did. And you can see the books doing the most amount of damage as well. But look at the DPS for the ultimate, 136,000. But you don't really do that much damage because you don't hit a lot of enemies with it. So unless you spam it throughout the entire run, it doesn't do that much. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe survivors. Until next time, cheers.